Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground with Lisa Eve. Hi, I am Lisa Eve, here to help you reconnect with your inner wisdom, heal your heart, and live with more love and joy. Life isn't always easy, but what if it could feel lighter, more playful, and more you? In each episode, I'll share real talk, soul insight, and messages I'm guided to deliver. These are reminders of your power, your worth, and your ability to grow through anything. We'll explore self-love, spiritual connection, healing, and ways to bring more love into your everyday life. So let's take a breath, open your heart, and let's begin. Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Eve, and welcome back to another episode of the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground. How are you doing this week? It is the holiday season, so we are going to start this episode as I have been doing lately with hand on heart. And let's take a few breaths here. Please close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And what we're going to do is inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth for 3 counts. Let's go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. It's just a really nice way to tune back into our bodies, especially during the holiday season where it feels like December is compressed into a very short time frame, where everything that we need to do and get done gets compressed into a shorter time length. And it feels like we're always rushing to get things done. So hand on heart exercise reminds you to just chill the F out. Because we could all use a time out. Not for being naughty or bad. No. Time outs for adults are our opportunities to just relax and be chill with ourselves. And we all could use a little more of that during the holiday season. So, today's episode is about traveling. And it's about traveling if you are an empath or a sensitive. And what I'm about to share will apply to everyone. And if you are especially sensitive to energy, these tips and tricks will help you. And it's just that the energy of everybody's frantic travel plans, it brings people's aura. Their auras can expand in different ways depending on how they are feeling, especially with any stress or chaotic energy that they are feeling inside, especially as it relates to their family gatherings. So, why I feel like this episode is important now is because when we travel during the holidays, our energies are always a little bit more bigger, I would say more emphasized. There's just a lot more stuff going on in the fields. So we want to, in a way, find a way to bring our energy back into ourselves as much as possible, to keep our energy fields close to ourselves. And now let me just say that we are all love. We are loving, walking beings, except there are times when we are not listening to our hearts. And that's why it feels like people are not acting from a loving place. And sometimes that includes ourselves because we don't always treat ourselves with love and tender care the way that we deserve and desire to be treated. And I know there are many of you out there listening who can relate to this. And especially during the holidays when we succumb to other people's pleas for what they want for the perfect holiday season or dinner or family get together, we may not actually honor what it is that we need to be happy, healthy, and well. So when we are traveling, we are frantically trying to get from one place to another, usually in a hurried pace. And so we are not connected to ourselves and our bodies, like our hearts, the way that we would want to be in a calm state. So when I travel, I do some things that would help me. And I'm going to share these things with you so that maybe they would help you this season. First of all, I will make sure I get to the airport just a hair early, just a little bit early, like not crazy early. So if I have an international flight, I will get there 2 hours in advance. If I have a domestic flight, I will get there an hour in advance. Also, though, I travel with a carry-on only 99% of the time. So if you have to check luggage, then you want to leave yourself just a little bit extra time. So I don't like to be waiting for too long, but I also don't want to be rushed. And I'm always checking to see if my flight is delayed in advance before I leave, because I would rather be at home than be in the airport waiting an extra hour. So definitely make sure you are checking things online, making sure your flight is on time. Now, during the holidays, if you're traveling, especially into the winter areas, there could be weather-related activities that delay your flight. So just make sure again to check your flight before you leave your house to get to the airport. Now, after you've checked in, if you have TSA pre-check, that is a lifesaver for waiting in that line. I personally have global entries, so I automatically have TSA pre-check, except sometimes some airlines don't allow that, don't have TSA pre-check. They only have, I think, clear. There's some other kiosks now that are popping up that only have one or the other. So if you don't have TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, I highly recommend them. If you can afford it, if you can do it, definitely go for it. And also for coming back into the country, if you don't have mobile passport, definitely have that because in lieu of global entry, having mobile passport will get you through the lines quicker when you get back into the country. So these are ways that I like to preserve my time, my energy. So if you have TSA PreCheck, usually the lines are shorter. Lately, they've been a little bit longer, but still not having to take off a belt, shoes, a watch, taking your laptop out of the bag. It's so much easier to not have to do those things. Usually I only have to take off a jacket and just walk right through with just putting my bag on the belt. And then once I'm through, I like to go to the lounge. So I have had lounge access for many years, and it is for me energetically a lifesaver because I get to go sit somewhere that's private, contained, and only have to deal with those energies as opposed to the enormity of the airport energies. And you can eat food and have drinks, and there's Wi-Fi. Not necessarily that Wi-Fi is like an amazing, great thing. Okay, Let me rephrase that because I say it about the EMFs. Um, the EMFs are not good in the airport. Radiation in general is not good when we're flying, but having Wi-Fi accessible to you is always available in a lounge. So I like to go relax in a lounge before my flight. If a lounge is crowded, I will get the things done that I need to get done. Okay. I will eat something, have a drink. And what I mean by a drink is like a glass of water usually, or a juice. And then I use my laptop if I need to use my laptop for anything. And if it's crowded, then I leave. I leave early and I go find a quiet place in the airport. So if there's like a section between gates where there's not a lot of people sitting, I will sit there. So it's empty, it's relaxing, there's not a lot of people around, and you just tune out, be with yourself and your own thoughts, prepare yourself before you travel. Yes, it's like that. The other final thing that I like to do before I get on a plane is I go to the restroom and I sit in a stall for about 10 minutes. Okay. And this is not me um, doing a one or a two or anything like that for that long a time. I'm there to just be by myself in the stall. And it's like, it's just you, right? It's you in that little box. You can do whatever you want, sit on the toilet, don't sit on the toilet, but just have 10 minutes before you board. And I usually go about 15 minutes before boarding starts. And I just go sit in a stall by myself. And I will do hand on heart or just breathe. Just breathe and not really do anything because I'm about to get on a plane and be in a contained space with all these other people, and you don't know who's going to be on your flight, and you intend for the very, very best passengers and seat mates next to you, and you just still never know. So the time in the restroom before I board is paramount for me, and I always do it. So I invite you to, these are obviously optional, and I'm sure if you're sensitive, you've figured out something that has worked for you. And if you haven't, these tips are here to help you. And if you don't have a lounge pass, you can, if you have a long layover somewhere, you can usually get a day pass if it's worth it for you, of course. If you haven't found a place in the airport where you can just relax and take a snooze or do something that you would want to do for yourself in a quiet area, you can usually get a day pass to a lounge. And I would recommend that if it's something that aligns for you. So now that we have taken time in the loo, in the toilet, in your stall, once we get on the plane, you find your seat, you put your bag in the overhead or you don't, and you get settled in. Before the doors close, usually when I'm in my seat and there's no one, like we're all kind of like seated and ready to go. I like to imagine that the plane is filled with a beautiful white light or gold light and is encircling the plane. And I will always ask my spirit team, please ensure that all of us, passengers and crew, get to our destination safely and in a timely manner. So it's just like a reassurance. I don't ever truly feel now that we do need protection I feel that we are always protected, and each of us does have a particular life path. So, whatever may happen on our life path is meant to happen, and we can always ask for our safety to be ensured by our spirit team. Part of living our very best lives is to listen to our intuition so that we can figure out what really and truly works for us versus another person. So when I say that I feel we are protected, there was a time when I didn't believe it, and I was always praying for protection. And what I've learned is that I am safe. I am truly like looked over. Someone is watching out for me because there are times when I had accidents, like car accidents, and what I saw was going to be I was going to flip over a divider, a shoulder, and that didn't happen. So I know I mean, and there have been other times where I'm just like, this is amazing. Like in that moment, I could have drowned, but I'm here. So I truly believe that we are all watched over and we are meant to be where we are when we are there. And I just ask for all of us, not just myself, I ask for everyone on the plane to arrive at our destination safely and in a timely manner. So we are going to be okay during the travels. When we get to our destination and also on the plane, on the plane, we can breathe. So maybe once the doors close, you can do your hand on a heart exercise just to calm you, especially if you have any anxiety while you are traveling. And then it's just like enjoy the ride. If there's turbulence, usually I just repeat, I'm like, okay, guides, just smooth out the turbulence when it's possible. Thank you. And sometimes before I get on the plane, I will also ask for as smooth a flight as possible so that it can feel relaxing. Because sometimes when there's turbulence, some of us might get a little, is everything okay? And usually, yes, everything is okay. Some places, they do tend to experience more turbulence than others. On a few of my last flights, there was just turbulence the whole way. The first time I had very rough turbulence, I think I was flying to Dubai from Miami, and basically from Miami up to Greece, it was rough turbulence. And at a certain point, I just went to sleep like a baby being rocked to sleep. And I had never really experienced such good deep sleep on a plane before. So I wouldn't say that all turbulence is scary or bad or gonna mean something for us in any way. I just want to acknowledge that for those of you who might be scared of flying or scared of turbulence, it's not all bad or like it would seem to be. It's just air pockets, the way the air goes over clouds and through clouds when the planes travel, it happens. But I have to believe that we've figured out how to fly planes and keep those heavy things up in the air, that we're going to be okay 9 times out of 10, maybe even 9.5 times out of 10. So I just want to assure you that you can travel with ease and enjoy traveling as much as possible. So, we're going to take a quick break here, and I'll be right back to share just a few more things with you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Lisa Eve on the Wisdom Channel, and we are on the Transformation Network. Thank you so much for joining me this week. And now I am going to do a channeling for you that my team would like to bring through for you for this holiday season. I'm just going to close my eyes and see what comes through. Enjoy. We are in a period of revelation, and newness is coming in before the new year. We all want you to be prepared for what's coming through for each and every one of you. It is not a time to be frightened or scared. You have the ability to adapt to whatever comes through for you during this season and this time frame. You are not to ride over other people's emotions. Everybody has their own unique path in this life, and everybody has their own set of rules that they adhere to for their life paths. So it is up to you to follow your own life path strictly and with comfort, knowing that you will be supported every step of the way on your path. More information is going to be coming in for each and every one of you individually, and collective messages are also coming through during this time. What you receive individually will be particular for your life path. So when you are ready to open up more, open your heart more, you will feel more light and love opening for you and enveloping you in a nice, cozy hug. Isn't that nice? The messages that are coming through collectively for everyone in the world, it's going to be like bombarding you. If you are sensitive, you are going to feel a lot coming through, and not all of it is for you. This is why discernment is so important for you now. If you have been juggling many different balls, many of other people's priorities in your life, it is going to be significant for you to drop their balls so you can focus on yours and yours alone. This does not mean shutting people out of your life, cutting the cords, or shoving people out of your life. It means to listen, to pay attention to your own needs, your own responsibilities, your own feelings. Because the holidays bring such intense energy, and oftentimes it feels very chaotic, especially to sensitive souls. Now more than ever, we are asking, and we is my spiritual team, and it's also a collective of unified souls who want to guide you in the very best possible way so you can listen more finely to your inherent path and your guides and your souls Each and every one of you has your own soul, and your soul has a team, and your team wants to guide you. And the guidance comes through your heart, and you also might feel it on the periphery of your being, of your body, and of your field. If you are very sensitive, and many of you listening are, you will feel some tingles or some tinge energy frequencies on the outskirts of your field in the coming weeks. Do not be alarmed. You are feeling the excess of residual energy that does not belong to you and is coming off of your field in your body at that time. You can remain at home, you can travel, and you will always be safe. Whatever you choose to do for yourself this holiday season and beyond, know that you are always being guided. Do not fear the messages coming through. Again, some of it will be for you and most of it will not. Collective energies are passing through us at a rapid pace now. We will be holding each and every one of you in our care so that you can ride through what may be interpreted as storms with ease and grace and joy. Remember, you are powerful. You are a powerful being. So however you carry yourself through this time will be aligned for you. That was the end of the transmission. And I just wanted to remind you that you are very powerful. We are all much stronger than we believe ourselves to be. And anytime you've come up against a difficulty in your life, you have seen yourself through it. So remember this as you walk through this holiday season with as much joy, ease, and grace for yourself first and for all of the human collective. My name is Lisa Eve. This is the Wisdom Channel, Bring Love to the Playground on Transformation. Well, it used to be Transformation Talk Radio, but now it's the Transformation Network. And you can find out more about me and my work at thehappychannel.com. I wish you a wonderful holiday season. See you next time. I am Lisa Eve. Thank you for listening to the Wisdom Channel. Bring love to the playground, airing every second and fourth Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Remember, self-love is the foundation of your happiness, so take one small step today to nurture your beautiful self. To go deeper on your healing and self-discovery journey, pick up my book, The Love Channel, Finding Your Way to Happiness, available now on Amazon. And for daily inspiration and uplifting content, visit thehappychannel.com. Until next time, keep your heart open, walk your path with love, and never forget, you have the power to heal.